Hello and welcome back to Mana and Artifice. Hopefully this time I get a lot less lag after all the optimizations I did, which took a small bit of graphical greatness, but it also got rid of the frame rate. Okay, so what I want to do is get a single other piece of netherite. But at the same time, I also want to get a spell that can do damage to the demons. But for now, I'll just try to get a piece of netherite. A single netherite scrap will be just enough. And since I did end up finding them from nearby, I'm going to check nearby first. Well, it looks like there's that, which isn't really any use right now. I mean, sure, if I was trying to make a water elevator of sorts, it would be useful, but I'm not really one to make water elevators. And that noise is what got me to be so concerned about staying in the nether. The noise of what I assume are the demons. It seems to be taking quite a while to find any netherite scrap, but that's to be expected. By the way, I'm going to check. No frame rate issues. It looks like turning the render distance from 10 to 8 seems to have solved the issue, if just barely. Oh, lava. Oh well. It's not like the lava is really that dangerous when you can easily do stuff like that. In a regular Minecraft world, it would probably be much more concerning than it is in this world, considering I can make temporary blocks and so on. It looks like I'm going to eventually find netherite, obviously, but the time it will take... Oh, I got a bit too carried away. It looks like for some reason I'm not healing that much. Plus, I can't even refill my hunger. I really don't understand that mechanic. I feel like it's... If I explain it, then it would make it so I have sense of what it is. My theory is that it's for balancing, to stop people from just eating food and then having their health regenerate at very high speeds. It looks like I mined the piece of netherite. no netherite nearby. But that single piece will make it slightly easier. I can now use this piece of netherite to do a useful thing. I'll eat this piece of cooked chicken to clear my inventory of an extra food item. Hopefully that... Looks like it wasn't in the area. I was just quickly checking the frame rate. Well, that villager's dead. Well, I doubt the village population is going to increase any. It's weird how zombies ended up spawning in a place where, based on what I can tell, only husks spawn. Well, that one's created a crater. Time to light that spot up, but yeah, it's a very strange situation. Oh, look. I wonder if this has mending on it. Oh, projectile protection. How useful. So extremely useful, in fact, I'm going to drop it. Well, it looks like it would be a good idea for me to run and then eat some food, which I appear to do quite slowly. Looks like I've killed the skelly, so should be fine. I wonder if I can get the villagers to work together for steak. I think for now I'm going to make some bread and hope for the best. I'm really hoping for them to work together. In fact, I should probably destroy their things so they can actually get a better job for their current situation. First, I'll check what job they go for, which looks to be farmer. That's still annoying. Hopefully this is the one that they focus on. Would appear so. And now I'll set this back down, and I'll hope for their population to slowly return that way. hopefully their population builds back up, given that I really don't feel like capturing them at the moment. So, time to put some ores away. Get this. These 2 pieces of netherite. Let's see. Is the gold in the storage? Yeah. There. And now I can quickly make a netherite ingot, which then allows me to upgrade a single piece of armor. I didn't actually have a goal out of getting netherite. I mean, I could go for a mending villager, but that's a bit of an issue. Given that I haven't even got a sustainable number of villagers. Sure, I can trap them, but that would be a pain to do. I don't know if the villagers have to be in a certain proximity, so I'm just giving them bread at this point. Are they seriously jumping on my crops? If it weren't for how apparently sturdy pumpkin crops are, they would have destroyed my crops. Oh, there is another villager. Oh, it's that idiotic one. I'm going to take some of their beds and move them into the open. Though I don't actually know if that would be a good idea. Maybe I should start the making of the basement. That's the start of the basement. This seems humane enough for them. I'll first clear out this area a bit, finding the edge of the outside area, which appears to be that. Then the edge of that part of the outside area. would appear to be there. I'm going to have to light this area up. Okay, so that's the edge of that portion. That's some water, that's annoying. Oh well. I'll quickly patch that up and... So, what should I use to patch it up? I guess this will be a 3-pillar spot of where I have the water. Looks like I am unable to stop that section from being that way without grabbing my blocks. Another portal right there. Since I can just quickly do that, I might as well do that. I should probably have a clock with me, because situations like this seem to happen way too common. Cannot rest, there are monsters nearby. Okay. Then I'll quickly clear the monsters. Well, it looks like I accidentally started a fire with my fire spell. It's annoying when you can't rest because there are monsters nearby, but you have no idea where the monsters are. It looks like I lost that one baby villager. Hopefully, none of the other villagers died. It looks like that one's still alive and that one. Okay. Now, time to make the safe bunker for them. After, of course, I switch spells. Well, it sounds like a piglin has found their way into the upworld. To be exact, a zombie piglin. Well, it looks like my ring of silk is now using extra magic. I think for this particular section I'll have a pillar like this, and then there, so I can have a door. A door which they can retreat to when the night comes. I had a spell which could damage them, I would go all in on it. At least I don't think a fire spell can damage them. Now I can grab the sandstone once again and fix the pillar system. This is going to require quite a bit of wool, but nothing that can't be handled. Right now I've got a particular thing known as a backup weapon. And now time to give it a door, as a door would probably make a lot of sense. I'll quickly grab stone sword and stone axe, and then try to damage that with fire. So they can be damaged with fire, just not set on fire. Which makes sense, but still an unexpected development. I don't apparently have a door. And it looks like I'll have to... Oh, there's the door. Now I can set a door down. Now all I need is to make it so this entire area, no mobs can spawn, and then place a bunch of beds down. By the way, this isn't meant to look good, it's meant to be functional. Now I shall move the few beds they do have down. So this bed will be into the ground. I think for now right here will do. It's a way to keep them all safe. And I'll move this bed out of the outside area. It looks like a lot of these houses are indeed empty. Well, it looks like Minecraft froze for a second. And it looks like I'm not having any frame issues, which is quite nice. This will make it much easier to defend the villagers. Should I do something like that? I'll do something like that. Now I'm going to charge this ring of silk quite a bit. Looks like I've got my shears on me. So, a couple nips. And I'll have enough for a bed. Oh, there's the other sheep. Quite the intense sound, if I do say so. Looks like I've only got enough for one bed. I was hoping for enough for more than one bed, but it looks like I have to wait on those sheep. Mentioning waiting on the sheep, I can probably check my logs if I've got a single piece of wool. So while I'm charging this ring of silk, I can make this more fortified. And since this place is going to be a safe place for the villagers, I should probably also move certain things down. Like this grindstone, for instance. It shall be put further down for safety concerns. Right there. It looks like they failed. Are they unable to process that spot is safe to walk down? Or is it because of timing? I guess I'll have to wait for the night to pass for me to get my information. But I'm almost certain that they do know their pathing. And since this place is quite the safe spot, they will be safe for the most part, because it's right next to my house. I just remembered the pedestals. I'm going to have to those 4 pieces of stone and a stone pressure plate with some form of lock. That should be enough to do that. It looks like touch has become rote. Not very much of an accomplishment, if I say so. I shall set this here. And I'll give it a bit of a test run. I believe this would be in possibly sorcery. Arcane Sentry is what I'm looking for. So it requires a spellbook, wizard chalk, and Pentium Dust, plus a defense room. Okay, so I've got the wizard's chalk. I accidentally destroyed my flooring plus their roof, so I'll quickly fix that. And now I would say it would be a good idea to start killing more cows. Actually, do I have enough leather? Yeah, I have enough leather. Now let's see, do I have enough paper? Okay. I just had to remember a second on how to craft it. Which reminds me, string. It looks like I'm out of string. Well, like usual, I'll just set a bunch of cobwebs down and destroy them. Let's see if a sword will do any better than... No. So I guess a sword's about the same as a spell. So this spellbook goes there. What's others required? Pentium Dust, a rune of defense, and chalk. So I don't have the Pentium Dust on me. Let's see, do I have enough remaining durability on this hammer to make a rune of defense? Well, first off, I need an unfired rune, which looks like I'll have to make it from scratch. Except for the blank glyph. It would be quite useful to remove. Hopefully I don't accidentally destroy it. Because if I do, I'll have to wait on Pentium covered ingots. Mentioning Pentium covered ingots, I should probably... Again, I accidentally break the floor. I'm going to have to start putting a safety measure in for myself at some point. So now, let's see. I was there to check the storage if I had any Pentium ingots, which then will be turned into superheated for Obvious reasons if you've been watching. It looks like the hammer is getting very close to broken. Let's see if it does not last long enough for that. Well then, it looks like I need to make 2 Ventium covered ingots, so storage, take 2 pieces of iron, 2 Ventium dust, and then the Ventium covered ingots from earlier as well, because I'll need those as well. As soon as one is done, I'll be able to make one of the things. So it does look like I require some sticks. I've got plenty in storage. So, how is everyone doing today? Was my stream too lacking last time, by the way? Because last time it looked like my stream skipped so many frames, I'm pretty sure it might have reached 2 FPS. And then the useful spells. I can now fill this spot back up. And now I can finish the rune pattern of defense. Meaning I can set this down, grab this, place this down. And luckily there is no way to accidentally screw up this section. Other than doing stuff like that, but that's really no big deal. And now I'm going to grab the Codex Arcana. It requires a circle, that, and I should probably grab the Mana Weaver's Wand as well. I'm going to pin it so I can simply look at it while I'm doing it. Hmm. Did I mess up on a section, or... I've got the Rune of Defense, the spell book, and the chalk. Is it the chalk that's the issue? Paper, Ventium dust, flint, and bone ash. So I've got the paper. I'm gonna have to grab the Ventium dust. Oh, that's redstone. Flint, and let's see if it works with a complete chalk thing. Yep, it was because it was spent with durability. I'll set this on top of here. I should probably check. Okay, so it requires a large amount of Ventium dust, apparently. How do I put Pentium dust in it since it says when you put Ventium dust in it. I just realized I also need to remove the crafting. Oh. So now to the dig spell. Pick that up and it looks like I learned something. I can just straight up remove that pedestal, put this right here, and fill it with Ventium dust. Now time to find a way to test it. Also, since I've got that pedestal, I can easily charge this by setting it on the pedestal. But first I should probably check if that works. I need some sort of mob I can safely move over. It does look like iron golems are starting to spawn naturally again, so that's good. You really shouldn't be up here. Well, if that's what's going to happen, I am going to mine this and move it to the side. Hopefully that makes it so they'll go into their beds. Or maybe it's because the iron golem exists. But these people do not seem to have even the slightest bit of caution. I'm going to test this out and see what it does. Oh, so it takes 2 hits for that. Then I'm probably going to have to make more if I want to have insta-kill scenarios. That's quite annoying. But I can finally rest knowing that the place is safe from a few mobs. I'm going to need a lot of these. But first I should probably check what would be the best spot to put them. These do attack creepers, but they do seem to cause no extra aggro against creepers. Now, it looks like their accuracy is not that great. but they do take out half the HP of the target. They aren't exactly useful per se, but they are good ways to prevent certain situations. These zombies are quite annoying. Simply because the Iron Golem has died once again. Maybe I could have one with every farm. Actually, mentioning farms, I feel like it would be a good idea to make a proper farm specifically for the villagers. If I can remember that. I am not always on the dig spell. So, first I'll have to make sure it's even on all sides. And then I'll mine some dirt for plenty of farming spots. Okay. I definitely need a large amount of dirt. So much in fact that I'm just going to do this in the water. Because the water, it is less noticeable than the a bucket of water will be quite easy to do given my infinite water source. And I would probably say using a slab would also be a good idea. I shall make some farmland. And now I'll also give it some light in the center. And then I'll find this. That was a very weird thing that I just did. This poppy will be tossed out because I don't need it at the moment. And this farmer, as soon as I can, will have their stuff moved over. Though I should probably check my organic stuff, like plants and such. to check if I've got any of the seeds, which looks like I composted all of the useful ones for this scenario. Oh well. I can easily just farm some from the villagers. I would say that might already be enough to classify it better than that farm, simply for expandability. Oh, I accidentally destroyed a piece of land. And it looks like villagers really do not like their jobs being taken. Go on. Stop trying to take jobs in other areas. It looks like you really want this particular job. It looks like the villagers are starting to create extras. Oh. I'm going to have to fill this in first. And then destroy the ability to jump on this area. Since for some reason the villagers aren't smart enough to realize they're trampling their own fields. It looks like around every other shot costs 1 Pentium test. A smith. A blacksmith. Do villagers plant by themselves? Because it looks like I don't think that was there originally. What if I set this right here? Actually, it would probably be a good idea to remove all the mana weaving areas. For safety reasons, of course. Since they aren't really the brightest bunch, the villagers. I would say it would be a good idea to get all this wheat as well. To stop any farmers from coming in this area, I'll whack it all down. This farmland will be very useful in the future. Pumpkins and other plants like these seem to be very hardy plants, since unlike other plants in this world, they don't automatically break as soon as they get hit. Looks like some of the stuff I've already removed. And that one looks like it's been removed for obvious safety reasons. Looks like my arcane affinity is gone. And now I shall set this mana weaver down by the workstations. In fact, I'll go ahead and mine this one up too. Make it easier. I feel like I am going to need to make this look a bit better. The floor is all janky everywhere, and yeah, it would be a good idea for me to grab some blocks to smooth it out a bit. I've smoothed out quite a bit, but not all of it, which means not enough. Well, I think for now I'll leave it off here. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment. I've heard it's good for the YouTube algorithm. And people on Twitch, please follow. And this is goodbye for now. From Mana and Artifice Part 12. You'll see me next time.